left. You're right. Your sister was home when you left. You're right. Your brother was home when you left. You're right. Your dog was home when you left. You're right. Your cat was home when you left. You're right. Your fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is the first day of the second month of 2021. We wake up again to a confused world. In the United States of America, we got trouble in Congress. We got enemies of the United States of America, domestic enemies, serving in our Congress, in our government, in our armed forces, in our police. They must be weeded out. We must clean Congress of evil people, of people who disrespect other people who are enemies of unity, decency, diversity, both in America and in Liberia. Look at Liberia this morning. The news coming out of Liberia about what happened at the Antoinette Tubman Stadium, ATS, yesterday, with Darius Dillon, our government officials, our security forces. What's wrong with our world? I can't understand it. So let me put my topics up and let's get into my lesson this morning, okay? My first topic, America's domestic enemies remain in the United States Congress and government. 2, Liberians, law, justice, and patriotism. And 3, in search of the Liberian truth. Let's get into my lesson, people. My first topic, America's domestic enemies remain in the United States Congress and government. Since January 6, 2021, our country has not come to its full consciousness to normally function as a government of the United States of America. Why? This is a new nation. This is a new country, whether we want to accept it or not. For the first time in Liberian in American history, white society got to submit to the masses of the American people. They can't take it. They don't know how to handle it. It's confusion. It's breeding hate and resentment. Because never in the lives of white people have they had to share things with the minority. Never in the lives of white people have they had to come to the point of realizing that they alone do not own America. Never in the lives of white people have they come to know that they are not privileged anymore. that they can be challenged by black people. That America is not the America of their fathers. And this is where a total commander steps inside and says, Aluta! Continua. The struggle must continue. And because of all this confusion about unity, respect, and decency, we now see that it all begins and emanates from the United States Congress. Why? Because Congress is the body that represents the people. And when our congressional officers are enemies of the masses of American people, we have a state of unrest, instability, confusion. And that is the state we are in today. Because for 4 centuries, Americans have not faced threats of minorities as they have faced this election. And with an evil man like Donald Trump, or wicked, crazy, ignorant man like Donald Trump, wanting to come into power with money that his father has stolen from the poor black people and Hispanic and other races of people in America to get him where he is. They think they're entitled, that this land is for them. And just like their fathers with the guns and the armies, they have rights to tarnish our reputations, disdain our progress and advancement, disparage us with lack of education, health, and good living. So it all starts in the Congress. And it starts with a woman like this. It starts with Mitch McConnell. It starts with Ted Cruz. It starts with Mark Rubio. It starts with Jim Jordan. It starts with all the enemies of the masses of the people of the United States of America. These few little white men and Hispanic people feel they can come and take over our nation as they have done for 400 years. Force me and my people to leave here and go back to Africa in the wilderness. We all knowing where we're going or who we're going to find a life. Now we'll come back after 400 years, the same bullshit, slavery, privileged living, useless children of the masses, the masters, still controlling America. And to give it up and share it, they still don't want to do it. They still think because they're white, their race is superior. And there is no damn superiority in Jesus Christ's book. When you fail, when you deceive yourself thinking you are deceiving Jesus Christ and the masses of the people in the world, it comes back to haunt you. Because Jesus Christ is a real God. He's not a foolish God. And when you bring people like this, look at all the tattoo around a woman's neck. You know she doesn't believe in Christianity. You know she doesn't have no faith. No true Christian woman will put tattoo all over her body like that. Who touching her body to put that tattoo on it? A man who's not her husband. So these are the people that come into the Congress of the United States of America, bringing racism, hatred, even against their own, for standing up against their wickedness, killing other young children in the schools, perpetrating gun violence, failing to ban weapons of mass destruction. And these are the people who come time and time again in our Congress as our lawmakers to take us to hell. How long we go through this, America? You know? Now we don't even know. As soon as I heard Donald Trump's lawyer had left him. I knew exactly. I turned to my wife. I said, he didn't want to listen to them. He wanted to dominate them. And that's just what happened. The man got his lawyer. He's being charged with constitutional violations. And the lawyer is trying to free the buffoon. And the stupid president, former president, still want to argue because he's a loser. And he cannot stand being a damn loser. And you're a loser, Donald Trump. And he got his lawyers. The lawyers won't free the loser, but the loser still won't complain about losing an election that he never won. And to show the man is so corrupt, the man gets on the phone and calls the Georgia governor and tell him, I just need you to find $100,000 for me here and there. How would people find that kind of thing for you? That's not a business operation. This is a legal elections. Where are you going to find $100,000 from you for? Where will you find it? This is not the Wall Street. This is not some money exchange. This is the Constitution of the United States of America. And you can tell by the way the man talked. He's a gangster and a con man. How in the hell the Secretary of State of a state of the United States of America will go and find you 100,000 or more votes when you don't have it? When the people have turned against you because you are no good. You are low down. You and your children. And we can't tolerate this thing. Because people in America are sitting down and letting useless women like this come in our Congress. Useless people like Ted Cruz. Useless people like Mark Rubio. Useless people like Jim Jordan come in our Congress and try to use it to promote hatred, disrespect, lack of decency for our people. It begins in the Congress and it ends there because they got to grow up like men and women and stop this immaturity bullshit and get this woman out of the Congress, put their minds together, and let's run our country without Donald Trump. Why are you people responsible with the lives of millions and millions of people in this country worry about what Donald Trump and his underbellies of the American society will do to you? Y'all better stand up and act like leaders of a constitutional, democratic, respectful, decent nation. Get rid of all these useless people. This woman don't belong in Congress. Following a little boy, threatening him, taunting him, because he's standing up for his own rights and his right to survive, because a useless woman like this won't carry a pistol, and I bet she can't even shoot it. This thing got to stop, America. It got to stop. African Americans may be scared to talk, but I can't sit down and see this useless woman in our Congress. And she's a freshman at that rate. A freshman. The woman just come into Congress and she running old man like Mitch McConnell, a useless old man, a racist, a race supremacist. This young woman from the streets come into Congress and ruling Mitch McConnell, ruling Ted Cruz, ruling Mark Rubio, ruling Jim Jordan, ruling McCarthy, and ruling all these useless old men because they have lost their marbles and they need to retire, resign, and leave. Mitch McConnell is a failure to the American society. He's a failure to the American people. He's a failure to the American way of life. He's a power-grabbing, greedy old man. And he got to go. Whether you like it or not, it is the damn truth. And nothing can hide the truth of Jesus Christ. Y'all want to play with Jesus Christ now? Let the black soldier of Jesus Christ teach you people in America today. Because my fathers left here with constitutional democratic tendencies and took it to Africa and spread it throughout Africa and built Africa and change it from a chieftainship, from a kingdomship, into a continent of nations of democratic tendencies. Now America has failed us. The world's only democracy has failed us. So God has sent a Tony Commander, Galpohkpa Chesson from Liberia. The black people that took democracy for this country are going to come back and resurrect democracy in white America, because white America has lost its minds. White America has gone astray. White America have betrayed themselves, trying to betray Jesus Christ, to run behind a useless, arrogant, wicked, blind old man like Donald Trump. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson. And if you don't move this woman, and Mitch McConnell and the all racists and enemies of America don't resign and leave and give us a chance to breathe, get off our necks and give us a chance to breathe, Jesus Christ will rain hell and damnation upon our nation. The time to renew America is now. And it will be renewed by man or by Jesus Christ. Pick your choice. Because if man does it, you have a chance. If you'll sit down and let Jesus Christ do it, hell and damnation will reign in this nation. From nature, from mankind, from everything. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Black people cannot take this no more. God's people cannot take this no more. Jesus Christ is tired with the lies, the deception, the land grabbing, the money grabbing, and the deceitfulness of people working in the Congress of the United States of America and this government. The time of Jesus Christ is now. Aluta! Continue. My young American children, pay attention. Pay attention. Jesus Christ does not come down to talk to us. When our leaders have failed, when our leaders have lost their marbles and lost their thinking and lost their beliefs and religious tendencies, Jesus Christ raises up people who call his name from anywhere, and he sets them in the path of leadership. The time of Jesus Christ's people in America is now. Mitch McConnell, Marie Taylor Greene, Ted Cruz, Mark Rubio, Jim Jordan, McCarthy, all these old men and their stooges that want money and want wealth and think you can find it following Donald Trump, and in our House of Congress and Representatives and Senate, thinking that they are there to please the underbellies of American society and destroy our constitutional democracy. You've got a serious thing coming. The time of Jesus Christ is now. My second topic this morning, Liberians, law, justice, and patriotism. Yesterday I saw, first of all, everything that's been going on in Liberia. Plus yesterday, I saw what happened at the Entertainment Stadium with Darius Dillon and his bodyguard. Let me tell more people something, my Liberian people. Don't feel shame or ashamed of anything that is going on in our country today. Yes, I get mad with my people because I think we should know better. Yes, all the invectives you throw about me, toward me, don't mean shit to me. I'm a correctional officer. I was a correctional officer for 25 years. You know how many invectives I've heard? You know what I've seen? You know what I dealt with in my life? Then a soldier too. So I'm prepared to deal with the worst people in society. Few things move me. And one of them is when my people act stupid. When my people are stupid. And don't feel offended. Your stupidness is not because of you. And I keep telling you all this thing. Yes, we are all stupid in Liberia. Look at how our country functioning. You think that sound thinking people do what we're doing? Every football game, our president there on the pitch, coaching team, he not coaching his cabinet. No money in our country. No food. The children are going to school. But the people love to see George Weah on the field. So he makes it a priority to be on the pitch. So everybody, it can revive our soccer youth. But y'all can't blame ourselves. Y'all can't blame our country. And that's why you'll see I always blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for everything. That way you'll see every time I say my Ellen got to be the cause. Because if you're going to start a civil war, if you're going to change things in our country and make it better, you also must know that after things change and there's a radicalization of our society like it is in America today, you got to go back to the roots and start because something is wrong in the society. The educated in the society are lost. The leaders of the society are lost. They are with us, but we don't know why. They are leading us, we don't know where. They talk about our future. We can't see nothing moving. So for us to blame ourselves right now on the George Weah, we see the dysfunctionality, the dysfunctional state of our society. We see stealing can't stop, killing can't stop. The president still an ignorant man acting like he's the all-powerful president of Liberia, acting like he knows what Liberian people needs, and he doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a high school diploma. Something wrong with our society. And that's why people that us, when we saw Ellen Johnson Sirleaf coming to power, we knew if she started this thing, she got to end it. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't getting involved with it. I was recruited by Ellen through Emma Johnson. And I told Emma why I couldn't join her. That's why she never called me into her government. And I never wanted to serve in her government because of how I felt about her and Charles Taylor. So I know about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And these are the truths of Liberia we're going to talk about in my third topic. I knew about her. And although I knew a wrong supporting her, I knew she had the support of the World Bank or the international community or the people who she had helped direct to destroy our country and kill our fathers. So she come back, they gave her all this money. Yes, our country had problems. Our country had serious infrastructure and development problems. And these were also weighing down on the president of Liberia. We had to do those things. But the leadership of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf provided to the Liberian people was a one-sided leadership. Yes, we needed infrastructure development and rapid development, but also we needed a disciplined society, a society that we can easily teach because they are prepared to listen. They are prepared to follow instruction. They have been trained to the point that all of this war and bellicose things in our society will slowly begin to weed out of our society. Warlords will be punished. Will be punished. But we can't run a country when Ellen is a warlord sharing power with other warlords. Prince Johnson was a warlord. Evan Snow, all of them came from Charles Taylor. Benana, all of them came from Charles Taylor. So we had different fractions of warring parties in Liberia. And Ellen herself, her hand was tied because she didn't understand how to handle the situation after it went under control. After Charles Taylor and Benana, you were then bucked from under her, she had to get control of Liberia again. That's when she got Charles and Prince Johnson and all of them to bridge rank up and form these Ulimo K, Ulimo J, and all these stupid groups to fight Charles Taylor. But they couldn't beat Charles Taylor. So she kept on through the international community and got rid of Charles Taylor. And Ellen Johnson alone could not fix Liberia. Because besides that, whatever we try in Liberia will never work. Our society is too corrupt. Fixing a structure for Liberia, we need sound thinking people. We don't need college degree people. We need people that will sit down and debate the economics, the social living, the viable standing in societies of our women and people. Those are serious things. A committee need to sit down. A committee of all Liberians, not only the erudite, but the professionals, the vocational people, all those people who are successful in our country in every aspect. We got to sit down and plan our country and have all the disciplines put an input into it. And when we are the representative of our people from every aspect of our society, it would be better for us to control the people because our leadership would be a true representation. Yes, we still have the legislature and all of that running the laws and making the laws, but we have several groups in our society that will be united and guide the leadership of Liberia. That's why when our laws say the president can select people with the advice and consultation of the civil society groups. That's the group they're talking about. Not every damn group in our country, but a systematic group of professionals who are business people, who are mostly business people, with a few government people in there, the economic people, the judiciary, and some other people in there, the police, so they can study a comprehensive makeup of our new community. We got to start from scratch. And that's why I'm telling you. When we set up those things, because we cannot deal with our country on the civilized basis, we got to go to corporal punishment. But we got to set it up where I don't want to see my little children going in jail. Liberian children, I catch you for bicycle. You want me to confiscate your bicycle and put you in court? Or offer you 15 latches and you take your bicycle and go. You do it 3 times, then we'll put you in court and take your bicycle and punish you. Who won't go to jail? Y'all don't want to go to jail. The flocking will not be on the news. We ain't going to broadcast the flocking. So you know you got chances. You violated the law. No person going to beat you in the street. No police officer going to touch you. They can catch you, put you in jail. You go before the corporal coach judge, and they will issue your punishment. And that the punishment you will get. But we're not going to crowd up our jails. We're not going to put our young children in jail and give them records, criminal records or misdemeanor records. No. Until you're 18, you got the chance to survive in Liberia, but you will face corporal punishment. And we're not going on your record. The only thing that goes on your record are your official punishment in the circuit court. Just like our law says, the circuit courts are the courts of records. All other courts are non-record court. So with our corporal punishment court. We can't put people in jail. No, that's part of discipline, correction, African correction. So you get your 10, 15, 20, 5 latches. You come back to us, it will increase. We add 10 more to it. Every time you come back, the third time, we add 15 more to it. And when we give you a corporal punishment, then we'll throw you in the civil court. Because 3 strikes you out. Justice. We got to understand how to meet our systems with justice. And the same thing boils down to it, discipline. When we have a disciplined society, our society will become a law-abiding society. Because if you have a violent society, people will solve problems with their hands, with guns, with knives, and we don't need that. So it got to start from the training of the police, the authorities, how to handle our society, how to meet our punishment, how to meet our justice. And all these things got to start anew. Our whole system is broken down. We got to recodify our laws. Banks didn't say they were doing it, but the way banks were making law during the election, having our representatives shop for positions. I don't want that kind of man codifying my laws. We got to have a team of Liberian lawyers sit down and put in a standard of laws that will be our laws. People will not be guessing laws. People will not be wondering, oh, scratching their head, can I do this? No, our country is too illiterate. Now we hear the legislators are asking for an ombudsman. Who is an ombudsman? An ombudsman can be a person, can be a company, can be somebody you hire. Their job is to investigate, to be there as a watchdog, as a hired gun. So when there's anything in the legislature that is suspicious or people complaining about or people concerned about, the ombudsman takes that case and investigates it. It clears the air. He also ensures, or the company or whatever the ombudsman is, also ensures that the code of conduct is taught to our people. The code of conduct is understood because in the code of conduct, are the expectations of our government officials from the people. What we expect of you, what we expect you not to do. From there, the people know the law. Every government employee will know the law. There will be classes set up for you to go learn the code of conduct good. There will be no DC because when you learn the code of conduct, every employee in the Republic of Liberia will sign in every department stating that they have read, they have studied with the ombudsman and know the code of conduct of their responsibilities to the Liberian government. So when you slip, there is no mercy. That's why we teach things, we reinforce it, and we have to have these things in our society. We cannot come from war. Our people aren't disciplined. Our people don't know the standards of law and order, respect for each other, discipline and direction. Look at Liberia now, you see the pimping all over the streets. When people learn how far your rights can extend, then it ends and other people's rights begin. Then you will know about respect. You will know that in everything you got to respect other people's rights. You can't mistreat other people's properties. You can't do things wrong. And in Liberia, let me get back to how all of this relates to Darius Dillon's situation. When we're in a country that has no structure, everything is there, but the people don't really understand the structure of the government, of the leadership structure, you always have problems. Under the governmental structure, no senator or government legislator is supposed to have their own private security. No, they're not entertainers. They're not boxers. They're not private people. Only private people need bodyguards. They're private bodyguards that they pay for. You are senator of the Republic of Liberia. At least, if you're in danger, you need a policeman in your car with you. Taking you everywhere you go, not a personal bodyguard. You need somebody with a weapon. You are a government official. The government is supposed to protect you, not harm you. So you see our system in Liberia is upside down right now. Our senators are protecting themselves from the president and the government. This is insanity. So who do you blame? Why would you say Darius Dillon is a disgrace? Why is he a disgrace? When the president is a threat to our government officials, is our threat to our auditors, is a threat to everybody who want to check and balance this government. But that's not the way it's supposed to be under a good government. Under good government, every legislator life supposed to be protected and ensured. When you come into the football game in the VIP lounge, why do you need a private security? That's an area protected by the Liberian government, by the security forces of Liberia. Why would a Liberian senator be afraid to enter a VIP lounge where the president of Liberia is? It's not supposed to be like that. And neither is the EPS, Emergency Protective Force, supposed to behave like that. You see, this is different with people coming from America with knowledge and people just coming and learn what to do and just think they can come and do it in our society. Because maybe that man got some kind of training from abroad. But you should know, you can't treat a Liberian like that under those circumstances. That's the senator's bodyguard. You stop them and ask the senator to ask his bodyguard to go outside. You don't touch that bodyguard. The bodyguard is an extension of the senator. The senator hired him. The senator hired him to be a bodyguard, and there's a reason. Because the Liberian government is not providing security sufficient enough to protect our legislators, especially those that are speaking out against the government. So Darrell Dillon also had a right to protect himself, if the government has not the capacity to protect him. So when he walks into a VIP protected area and the police security knows that the senator, you have no right to disrespect the senator of the Republic of Liberia. You have no right to beat that man in there. No right. You stop them and you ask the senator to please ask his bodyguard to go outside because the prince is protected. And yet what the senator got to say? If the senator said no, you take it out with the president. You can't treat the senator bodyguard like that in public. You can't do that. We have standards of decency. We have standards of law and justice and order. Nobody can take the law into their hands. There is no law giving the special security forces authority to disrespect the senator and anything that is related to the senator of the Republic of Liberia, except it poses a danger to the risk, danger or risk to the life of the president. And how can a bodyguard to the senator pose such a risk? Despite the fact that the senator is in disagreement with the president, he's not an enemy of the people in the Republic of Liberia. So our security officers are there to protect the president, but they are employees of the Republic of Liberia, and they are still expected to maintain certain standards when government officials that run our nation are in their presences. And these are the things we have to learn. And that puts me to my last point of patriotism. Patriots of our country are loyal to our system of leadership and government, but they are not violent, bellicose, and enemies of their own people. They can't be. They can't be. So although every branch in our security forces has special duties and functions, the police different from the security different from the jailers, everybody got different functions. But in the continuum of national security, there has to be cooperation between our security forces and our leaders in power. Respect. You know there's a football game going on. You know our senators and representatives have their own personal protection because the government cannot provide them the protection necessary for their personal safety. So when these people are coming to the affairs, you send them notice that when they enter the hall, they should please have the securities stand outside as they enter the protected area. You notify them. But we have a broken down society where Liberians, the law, justice, and our levels of patriotism are challenged. And unless we begin to restructure our society and understand that we must start from the bottom, we must start from disciplining the people, instilling knowledge and wisdom in them from the bottom, then we can expect them to behave as we want them when our country needs them to be patriots. But right now, Liberians are not patriots. Liberians are confused just like Americans. Liberian laws are ineffective. Therefore, justice cannot be meted outright. And our children's future are in grave futures, are in grave danger. And unless we become conscious of who we are, conscious of the need to restructure our whole society, there's something wrong. Even if we appoint an ombudsman in the legislature to pursue discipline, truth, and order, our society is too corrupt. There will be problems. There will be killings. We are at that state where people will kill you for anything. People will kill you for anything. And that's because of the government we have leading us. A government of dummies. And we got to change our destiny. It's not because of them they are dummy. It's because they never learn. Everybody just want rule. And you can't rule until you learn leadership, until you learn discipline, until you learn the fundamentals that creates the prospects of a decent, law-abiding, and productive society. So Liberian people, we have a grave challenge before us. Our entire structure is broken. Our entire civilization is mediocre. Now look at everywhere you go in Liberia, there's no toilet, no running water, even on the stadium. So where do people piss when you go in the stadium? Because you know everybody can't come outside to pee-pee. So where in the stadium do people pee-pee? Do they have a little corner there that everybody go? Or everybody just go behind and stand? And what if you want to defecate? Where you go? People will run in the toilet and just defecate in the toilet without water to flush it, or on the floor, or on a piece of paper. My people, our society is dysfunctional. Our society is below standard for normal life and living. We're going far back, man. If people defecating and pissing behind the temple justice, the police station, the executive mansion, the Capitol building, all in that where all the defecation and dirt going, because that's the crux of the Liberian government. You have the police, you have the legislature, you have the judiciary, you have the president across the road. So right in there, that where a lot of the government official work. Where they go in the toilet? Where they going to defecate? No water. None of the toilets working. And these people got to work every day for 8 hours. So where are they dumping all that feces? So people just defecating in paper and throwing it out the window? How are they cleaning themselves? That's trouble, man. That's trouble for our country. So let me just get in my last lesson one and for all. My hour is almost over. In search of the truth. How do we find the truth? How do we find the truth? There are two sure ways of finding the truth. Look at your surrounding. Look at your life. Look at how we're living. And listen to what our teachers are telling us. What makes sense to us? What are they touching on that sounds real? That when we look around us, we can see it. And it doesn't take money to clean up. It doesn't take money. It takes us demanding that our government function. The government job to clean up. The government job to provide security for all our legislature. Our legislature not supposed to be hiring the personal security. When you hire your personal security, you can't trust the government. And if our senators and legislators cannot trust the government, how can our country function? So that's the same thing with Darius Dayton. He has no protection from the government. To the government, he's a public enemy. So he got to hire his own security. Then when he gets to the VIP protection area, he still can't trust the securities in that area because they work for a president who is a killer, who is being challenged for his evil ways. So our country is just messed up totally. You can't blame nobody for what happened in Liberia. Liberian people self got to wake up. No matter how we blame Ellen Johnson was surrounded by warlords. Her own warlords. She was scared of them. After she made all these people fractions to fight Charles Taylor, and they couldn't fight Charles Taylor, And Charles Taylor beat them and took over the country. Ellen had to go through the political route to get rid of Charles Taylor. So her army did not defeat Charles Taylor. So people like Prince Johnson and all of them were antagonists of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She was scared of them. So she couldn't punish them. And they became government officials today. And now today, our country can't move, nor shake, nor go. Because nobody understands how to lead government. Everybody think this is the wild, wild west. All the senators got the bodyguards to protect them from each other and the president. I mean, our country, this vice president got her own bodyguards to protect her from the president and her own party. We don't have a civilized society. So how will you blame Darius Dillon or even the police for what happened? Our country is messed up. No leadership direction. No sense of decency, respect, or courtesy, not even for the laws. So the people don't respect the laws. How can you expect them to respect one another? We have no respect. So the Liberian truth is, we have to check ourselves. We have to look around us. Listen to people in the diaspora. Listen to some of your Liberians. If the people keep telling you, oh, you're doing well, and you look around, you see things not going well, you know those people are liars. You know those people are deceitful. People go to Liberia, they come to America and say, oh, Joe, we are doing well. They doing, and you'll see the feces all in the street. You'll see the trash mounting up. How can George Weah be doing well? You'll see the man going to Ghana, loving to a Ghana woman, taking our resources and money to Ghana. How can George Weah be doing well? They ride private jets. No money in our banks. No food, our children out of school still, and you're still saying this man doing good? What is he doing, my people? Y'all got to face the Liberian truth. It's not about tribalism. It's not about who your mom, who your pa. It's about where is our country going. It's about looking around Liberia and seeing the feces, the urination, the dirt flowing to our country like every day. Then we're dressing up in clothes and putting on perfume to hide what? What we're trying to hide? You come to a country and see a country that you will trust the people in the country. I've been to places even in Rhode Island or people's houses where they give me fufu to eat. I eat the fufu. They take the soup that I left and put it back in a pot for other people to eat. My wife saw that. When my wife told me that, I wanted to throw up because I could have eaten somebody balance from their food too. How you do that kind of thing? And these are intelligent people. You see them dressing and talking, you think they are people. But when my wife saw that thing, she came to me, she said, that fufu you left with the meat and everything, they just took out the bones that you chew and put the soup right back in the soup for other people to eat. I said, what? She said, yes. But if people can do it in America, what are they doing in Liberia? People come from the toilet, don't even wash their hands. Just go straight and start stirring the food and start cutting the fish and meat. Who washing their hands in Liberia? Who washing their hands? How many people washing their hands? Tell me that thing. Those are the kind of things that make me scared. Because if they're doing it in America here, and they're civilized and educated, what do you think happening in Liberia? That's why I don't go out no more. I'm scared to go to people's houses. I'm scared. Because the juju won't kill you. The hygiene will kill you. So it's a lose-lose situation. So my children, we got to find the truth. The truth is all around you. But if you're not wise enough to see your truth, you may never see it in your life. Look at around you. Look at the feces flowing on the street. You don't have money to go to school. No money in our banks. You think the 5 cent, 10 cent you're getting around here will save your lives? It will not. All these counted meat, who's supporting it? But my job is to teach you. My job is to show you the difference so you can understand that's something not right. That's why I say we can't blame everybody. We can't blame each other. Our system is destroyed. And that's why I blame Ellie. She destroyed it and she can't fix it. She tell us destroy the mansion, she will rebuild it. She hasn't rebuilt it. We destroyed our society because of this woman. And she knows she's wrong. That's why Ellen Johnson keep trying to rectify her mistake. That's why she keep telling us she'll bring somebody to do it better. But she has nobody. Because all the people she bringing and thinking about are people who don't know our society. Those were the same people she brought. Yes, she brought all the PhD people. But what they did to Liberia? They didn't do nothing for Liberia. Our people needed discipline, order, direction. Nobody provided it for them. Our country can't grow like that. Our country can't grow. And I want to help you. I want to help my people. But I can't come back to a place knowing that our country can't grow with our people so indisciplined, with our people so talkative, know everything. Our country cannot grow. We got to reel the society in, reel our children in, start teaching discipline, order, structure, and at the same time, developing our country, giving them jobs, building roads. We got to build up the eastern region. There's no way I will come in my lifetime and people can't reach to Maryland County. That's a stupidity. Not in my lifetime. My country not open. That's one of the biggest things I would do. Open Liberia. We have roads we never thought roads could go. And they'll be paved. And we gotta stop this foolishness, man. It ain't helping us. It's killing us. I ain't gonna suffer, but I can't live and see my people suffer. Why you think I'm doing this show? You think I'm talking American and just say, oh, I got money to help with Liberian people? I can't do that. I can't do that. But I can't continue to waste my money. I donate 100 here, donate 50 here, donate something there. And all of us go in different directions. We should be moving in the same direction, setting up things so when people leave here, they got jobs in Liberia. Your job is sure to you in Liberia. Our nurses and our doctors know they're going straight to JFK. No, they ain't got to go look for a job. From JFK, they're going straight to Phoebe. They're going to Uganda. Our nurses will be rotated. That's what we need to get a system structure in America. But we need people who can lead us. Just as we need people in Liberia who can lead us. Too many people in America are corrupt. They have no sense of leadership. They're used to begging and using everything as a stepping stone to their own success. And we can't have those kind of people. We need people that were willing to stand here, go to Liberia, work, go to Liberia JFK, do an assessment of the whole hospital, see what we need, what costs we're looking at. We need x-ray machines. We need dialysis machines. We need all these machines. They got to be in Liberia. We're not going to Ghana no more. We're not going to Morocco no more. To hell with that. We got the nurses and doctors in America here from Liberia. But we're not coordinated. Everybody want to do shit on their own. And it can't happen. We're just as confused as the people in Liberia. And this is the same thing killing us. We got to restructure ourselves everywhere. Everybody want power. Everybody want money. Look at ULA, the worst organization of Liberians in America, and it's supposed to be the strongest. But it's not structured well. Everybody want politics. Everybody want money. And it can't happen. So my people, my 1 hour is up. The problem with us, we can't stress ourselves up. Our country needs structure. Our people need structure in their lives. And structure comes through discipline. And this is where Lieutenant Commander Galpohkpa Chesson steps in to provide the discipline Liberian people need for us to have a good election with leaders and people who are cognizant of their jobs and responsibilities. One man ain't going to be leading our country, but one man can set the standard of discipline, law, and order. We always have a legislature, but our legislature too must know the code of conduct and know that they are responsible to carry out the laws and rules before our people do. They are the example setters. They are the leaders and the servants of our people. So they must do things first so our people know that they preach what they say they can do and do it. The time of the Liberian people is now. We can change our destiny. We can change our direction. Nothing is impossible with Jesus Christ. We can change anything we want to change, but we must find the truth within us. Or whether we're Liberian people or we're just a group of tribal people. And if we're Liberian people, we need a united leadership that is not coming to pamper us, that is not coming to tell us everything all right, but we kick our asses to make sure we are all right. My Liberian children, we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, and that knowing that we need discipline, order, patriotism, and direction. Have a good day.